My name is Timothy Bazek.
My name is Sue Ferris.
Christopher Schoenfeld.
I was in graduate school to go into ministry in the Methodist Church, ordained ministry, and had a car accident in 97.
And the car crossed the center line and just barely front-ended my truck, which forced me into the ditch. And I rolled my 05 Ford F-250 four-wheel drive end over end 8 times.
Well, when I fell down about halfway down the stairs, and I fell forward and straight hit this side of my head right onto the cement.
I had a car accident. Used to work in the theaters in Branson, and I was on my way home from work, and I didn't make it. In a matter of seconds, my life changed completely.
They'd said, this is as good as you're going to get. Your recovery chances past this point are not good. Forget working. Forget education. You just don't have, you've got too much damage. You just can't do it.
From the task of picking out clothes, bathing, getting breakfast, getting medicine, and all that, versus to where it would take a normal person maybe an hour and a half to do that, it takes me 3 hours to do that.
After a month and a half of being in a coma, they retired me on the spot. There's nothing else I can do.
Was in the hospital for about 4 months, in and out of comas. Called my parents together a number of times and told them that I wouldn't survive. But here I am. Also told my parents that they would be lucky if I functioned on a 4-year-old level the rest of my life. Don't tell me I can't do something. You tell me it's going to be hard.
And it's hard to understand when you can see, you look at someone who looks like you, why that person can't use the same skills or techniques that you use to get through your day or your education or your job. But it just, those bulbs got blown out.
With a traumatic brain injury, one of the most important tools in recovery is having a good support system.
My parents had to come get me, and they brought me back up here to Springfield, and they knew that they couldn't drive me back and forth from Branson to here all the time to see doctors. So they put me in a nursing home.
I went through a very bad time in the beginning because I had to learn everything all over again. Eating, drinking, walking, everything, you know. So you come from having everything in life to where you have nothing and you start at the beginning again.
I had basically nothing but just maintenance for 3 years. The expectations were low enough, you know, kind of why bother? And these people over here became involved in my life, in AO. And they knew what I wanted to do, and they looked around for resources and did some follow-up and some follow-through and some rearranging of how I did my life. And I am now I'm in school to complete my requirements for me to keep working at my job.
The center here, it has taught me that no matter what I do, I am somebody. With a traumatic brain injury, you lose self-worthiness. Depression comes at a great deal, and anger, frustration. The center has taught me that there ain't nothing I can't do as long as I take my time.
This center is my life. I love to be here.
Grocery shopping was, a disaster. take me into the grocery store and, you know, get a cart and everything you see on the shelf you got to have, you know, because it's one of those. You can't do that. You have $50 that you're going to spend. You have to be careful in picking what you have and you don't have. I'm horrible with budgeting and paying bills. They have to keep reminding me because I forget. My memory's not so great.
You can walk in a room, flip on a light, and look around for what you need. Say in a library. Go into a darkened library, look for a book. Well, I can't do that. I've got to, my bulb doesn't, my bulb doesn't light up. I've got to take my little flashlight and look at each one of those books and say, is this it, is this it, is this it, is this it?
They've taught me from the basics of how to re-clean house, how to be a productive citizen of the community, how to be able to go to Walmart and instead of filling a buggy full of stuff that you don't really need, how to shop off of a grocery list and know that when you go up to the store and the bill comes to $19.50, that you're supposed to get 50 cents back change.
And I have a life that to me feels meaningful, and I can do things. And the diagnosis said, you know, you can't go to school, you can't work. You forget when to show up.
I love life. I didn't a number of years ago, but I do now. And I appreciate each and every day. I look outside, see the beautiful sky, you know, the beautiful trees. I'm happy to be alive, happy to wake up. And share it with everybody.